Bambara Language, Introductory Bambara, Part 1, Unit 1. The sounds of Bambara. The Bambara consonants are as follows. B as in big.
Baba,
D as in dog.
Daba,
J as in judge.
Jele,
F as in fool.
Fali,
G as in gull.
Galama,
H as in here.
Hakili,
K as in canvas.
Kalo,
L as in log.
Buli,
M as in man.
Malo,
N as in note.
Nono,
Ny as in annual.
Nyo,
Eng as in sing.
Ngoni,
P as in pile.
Pang,
R, no English equivalent.
Bara,
S as in saw.
Sene,
Sh as in shoe.
She,
T as in top.
To,
Ch as in church.
Che,
W as in woman.
Wari,
Y as in youth.
Yan,
Z as in zebra.
Zan.
You probably noticed that no English and French approximates were given for the consonant R in Bambara. This is because there are no true equivalents to the Bambara R in these languages. The English R is generally a liquid sound, and the French R is supposed to be a velar R, pronounced from the soft palate in the back of the mouth. The Bambara R, on the other hand, is a tapped R, and may sometimes sound like a D to the ear. This is quite similar to the intervocalic R found in Spanish. The Bambara R is pronounced by tapping the tip of the tongue against the ridged area of the mouth, right behind the front teeth. Examples. In, to.
Ro,
Woman's name.
Ramata,
Recipient.
Bara,
A stick.
Bere,
Gravel.
Bere,
Parent-in-law.
Biran,
Sack.
Bore,
Trumpet.
Buru,
The Bambara vowels. The letter A, which approximate father.
Baba,
E, the English approximate bait.
Jele,
E, the English approximate bet.
Sene,
I, the English approximate beat.
Misi,
O, the English approximate boat.
Bolo,
O, the English approximate bought.
Bolo,
U, the English approximate boot.
Muru,
All of the Bambara vowels may as well occur as long vowels. These will be represented by doubling the vowel involved. When the open vowels O and E with accents occur as long vowels, the accent is only placed in the first member of the doubled pair and left off the second member. The long vowels. For,
Nani,
to sell.
Fere,
Extend.
Fene,
Think.
Miri,
Achieve.
Furi,
6.
Waro,
5.
Duru,
All of the Bambara vowels may also occur as nasalized vowels. In the official Bambara orthography, nasalization is represented by an N immediately following the vowel. The N is not pronounced but simply nasalizes the preceding vowel. The nasalized vowels. A-N,
Ban,
E-N,
Den,
E-N,
Ben,
I-N,
Bin,
O-N,
Don,
O-N,
Bon,
U-N.
Dum,
In Bambara, unlike in English, it is possible for a nasal consonant to occur in word initial position immediately preceding another consonant. In these cases, the nasal is referred to as a syllabic nasal. and the resultant consonant cluster as a unit may be referred to as a prenasalized consonant. The pronoun meaning I in Bambara is a syllabic nasal, which we write N. This N will often occur before other consonants in word initial and sentence initial positions, though it will always be written as N apostrophe. It will not always be pronounced as an N, since its pronunciation will in part be determined by the consonant immediately following it. When pronounced, a syllabic nasal has no vowel preceding it, and so should not ever be pronounced as in or im or ing or what have you. N apostrophe is pronounced M before the consonants P, B, F, and M. N apostrophe is pronounced N before the consonants T, D, S, and N. And N apostrophe is pronounced Ang before the consonants K and G. Prenasalized consonants. NP.
Mpan, mporon, mpogi, mpia,
NB.
ban, mbon, mba, mbu,
NF.
mfiena, mvrin, mfa,
NT.
mtang, mton, mta, mto,
ND.
ndang, ndong, nda, ndu,
NS.
nsan, nson, nso, nsi,
NK.
nkan, nko, nku, nki,
NG.
ngan, ngon, ngu, ngen.
There are two nasal consonants in Bambara which are difficult for the American to hear and reproduce, since they never occur in word initial position. The nasals eng, as in the final consonant sound of the word sing, and ny, as in the word onion, are quite common in Bambara and will warrant a good deal of practice on your part. Ny.
Nyaga, nyereku, nyegene, nyimi, nyo, nyung,
Eng.
ngana, ngenye, ngomo, ngunu, ngomi, ngania.
Listening and repeating practice. The minimal pairs e.
Nege, nege, che, che, gen, gen, grin, grin, gere, gere, kele, kele, fere, fere, bere, bere, din, din, dege, dege, sebe, sebe.
The minimal pairs o.
Bon, bon. Ko, ko. Don, don. Fo, fo. Bolo, bolo. Bo, bo. Jo, jo. Koro, koro. Soni, soni. Coulon, colon. Nogo, Nogo, Kogo, Kogo.
Nasalized and non-nasalized vowels.
Bo, bon. Ko, con. Ba, ban. Fa, fan. Sa, san. Da, dan. Fo, fon. Si, sin. Ku, kun. Do, don.
Minimal pairs in vowel length.
Bara, bara. Daba, daba. Bari, bari. Kari, kari. Fa, fa. Wolo, wolo. Nono, nono. Gala, gala. Kori, kori. Noro, noro. Fre, fere. Be, be.
Tone. Bambara is a tone language, which means that Bambara words can be distinguished from each other by relative pitch of the voice as well as by consonants and vowels. There are many types of words in Bambara which have exactly the same consonants and vowels, but being pronounced with different tones, they have different meanings. For example, house,
So,
horse.
so.
House is a high tone word, horse is a low tone word. The underlined vowel indicates that the word has a low tone. We will not place any great emphasis on the mastery of tone in Bambara in this course. What is important for the student is to listen to the teacher and try to reproduce as best as possible the manner in which he pronounces Bambara words and sentences. For those who wish to understand more fully how tones operate in Bambara, we offer the following brief summary. Words in Bambara have one of two possible tones, which we call high and low. These tones must be remembered in the same way as the consonants and vowels that distinguish words from each other. Throughout the text, we will represent low tones by underlining the first vowel of the word. High tone words will be unmarked. When words are combined in phrases and sentences, the tones change. The following rules will help you to understand what changes are taking place. Rule 1. A high tone word following a high tone word will have the same level of pitch. One house,
Sokele,
one tree.
jirikele.
Rule 2. A low tone word following a high tone word will occur on a lower level of pitch. Two houses,
Sofla,
two trees.
jirifla.
Rule 3. A high tone word following a low tone word will rise slightly in pitch. One horse,
Sokele,
one woman.
musokele.
Rule 4. A low tone word which is followed by another low tone word will rise in pitch. We can say the last part of a low tone word becomes a high tone when that low tone word is followed by another low tone word. In a word of one syllable, the tone will be rising. In a word of two or more syllables, the last syllable of that word will become high. For example, two horses,
Sofla,
two women,
musofla,
two bananas.
namasafla.
Rule 5. In a sequence of three tones, high, low, high, the second high tone will not be as high as the first. For example, it's not two houses,
Soflate,
it's not two trees.
jiriflate.
Notice that the word te does not come up to the same level as either so, house, or jiri, tree. Summary. The above 5 rules account for all Bambara sentence intonation patterns resulting from the combination of tones on words. Low tones may be said to condition 2 important changes. They cause low tone words that precede them to rise, as described by Rule 4, and 2, they seem to pull the level of intonation down, creating a terracing effect, as described by Rule 5. The compound rule. Bambara is a language with a rich system of compound nouns. Many new expressions are created through the use of this process. In writing Bambara, compound nouns will be written as one word. The tone of these compounds, however, does not follow the above rules. The tonal behavior of noun compounds in Bambara can be described as follows. The first word in a compound retains its original tone. The last word in a compound becomes high tone. For example, house
So,
plus person
moro,
becomes
so moro,
iron
nege,
plus horse
so,
becomes.
nege so.
Adjectival modifiers of nouns also follow the compound rule. For example, bicycle,
Nege so,
a good bicycle,
nege so nyuma,
a very good bicycle.
nege so nyuma ba.
The definite article. The definite article in Bambara is expressed by a low tone following the noun and its modifiers. This will have the same effect as if the noun were followed by a low tone word. That is, definite low tone nouns will rise in tone. With definite high tone nouns, following high tone words will occur on a slightly lower level of pitch, just as if a low tone word were intervening between them. For example, it's not the woman,
Musote,
as opposed to it's not a woman.
musote,
It's not the tree,
jirite,
as opposed to it's not a tree.
jirite.
The uses of the definite article are not the same as those in either English or French. As situations arise in the lessons, the particular use of the definite article will be described in the notes. For the most part, one can say that in the great majority of affirmative, declarative sentences, all the nouns in those sentences will be definite. Vowel contractions and tone. When a vowel is contracted with another vowel, the tone of the contracted vowel will remain. In rapid speech, in most dialects, what will happen is the following. If the first vowel is a high tone and the second vowel a low tone, the contracted vowel will be pronounced as a high tone, but following high tone words will appear on a slightly lower level of pitch. For example, aye ake, he did it, will always be contracted to.
Ayake,
Here, the pronoun a is pronounced as a high tone, and the following high tone verb ke is pronounced on a slightly lower level of pitch. The tone of auxiliaries. The verbal auxiliaries be, te, ye, ma, ka are basically high tone. When, however, they are preceded by a low tone word and followed by a high tone word, they become, in many dialects, low tone. For example, this is a horse.
Nye soe,
Ye remains high because so is low. This is a house.
Nye soe,
Notice that ye is low because ni is low and so, house, is high. This phenomenon can be used to help you determine the tones of new words. If you are looking for the tone of a new noun, you can put it into the following frame. Ni ye, blank, ye. That is, this is a blank. By listening to what happens to the auxiliary ye, you will be able to determine the tone of the noun following it. If ye is pronounced on a high pitch, the following noun will be low. If ye is pronounced low, the following noun will be high. If you are looking for the tone of a new verb, you can put it into the following frame. Abe blank. It is or he is blanking. Again, If you hear a low pitch, the verb will be high. If you hear be as a high tone, the following verb will be low. End of Unit 1.